Hey everybody, today we're working on blazing the trail to the build site of our cabin. This is where we're going to go, and I started clearing a little bit right here, as you can see. We're going to come up through here, and I want to bear to the right, and we got to go through this for, I don't know, it's not very far, maybe 100 feet. And the build site is right in there. Well, we did a little bit of clearing up in here. This is the build site for the cabin. It's kind of up on a little knoll. We're going to have to take some of these trees down. We tried to position it in here as best we could without having to take, you know, as little trees as possible, but we're going to have to take a few. This big brush pile right here is pretty much in the middle where we want the cabin to be. And there's a big ash tree, you can see it right there. That's going to have to come down, not because it's in the way really, but as you can see, it's been damaged there at one point in time, and it's not in the best of health, so I don't want it to fall on the cabin. So that's why we're going to bring that one down. But it's going to be right in here. There's a silver birch right there, and there's a maple over here. It's going to be right in between those trees. We're going to make it 20 by 24 with an 8-foot porch on the front. And I think the way we're going to position this cabin is right in back of me here. It's going to be the front door and the porch, so we'll be looking out over this. We'll probably clear this out a little, not a whole lot. We want to stay kind of hidden in here in the woods. Keep it really as private as we can. Well folks, we've been working up here in this cabin site. As you can see, we've done quite a bit of clearing here. I've taken a lot of the little trees out that were down in through here. Doesn't make a big difference, but it does open it up some. Up here where the actual cabin is going to be, we've taken down a fair amount of small trees, and we moved these corner stakes back a little bit. This is where I want the front of the porch to be, right here where this stake is. And there's another one right there. This tree in the middle has to go. I'll probably take this little tree, but this right here, this is a nice big oak tree, and we got a beech nut and a silver birch. We're going to leave those. And I ended up having to move the whole cabin back a little bit because those trees are a little too close to the porch. Now it makes that ash tree right there right in the way, so now it has to come down, but it was coming down anyway, so that's not a problem. And I don't know if we're going to be able to save this maple. I really want to, but we got to put our foundation pillars in right here. You can see this stake, and there's one in the background there. So we got to dig down here. It might be a little close to this maple. I don't know if it's going to disturb the roots too much. If we do, it'll die. Let's hope not. I got kind of a mess in here where I was cutting trees. Also, we had this deadfall here that was right in the front of the cabin site, and I cut that all up. That's not good for anything except maybe some campfire wood. But also over here, I noticed we got a nice buck grub. See, right in there. Must be a good sized buck. And a little bit over in there, but he really doesn't too interested in that. He liked this spot here. Kind of cool. There's also a lot of deer runs that come together right in this spot. I don't know, we're probably going to disrupt them a little bit by having the cabin here. I took down a lot of these dead standing trees. Well, you couldn't really call them trees. They're just kind of big tall stumps that I cut down. You can see them lying on the ground there. I think there's about 3 of them that I took down. I was cutting them up and the mice are running right out of them. I'm starting to see some sunshine right here. Just opened it up in this spot. I think it's going to be a nice little place. Well, folks, it looks like today's the day. This big ash tree's coming down. It's pretty tall. Goes up there a long ways. Now our plan here is to attempt to drop this to the left. We don't want it to come towards us because we don't want to risk breaking any of the limbs off these trees over in this area. But to the left there's really nothing there except a bunch of scrub brush that has to be cleared out anyway. So. Well, that cleans up that ash tree. Got all these logs out of here. All that's left is the very top of the tree over there in the background. But that's a little too crooked to bother with. We're just going to cut that up for firewood and clean up that brush. Next thing we got to do is, I guess we're going to clean her out some more brush here right in front of the camera, because we've decided to move this cabin back a little bit. It's a little flatter up here, a little more room, gets away from some of those maple trees, and nothing back there but brush. So we're going to be working on that, and hopefully we're going to be pouring some concrete here pretty soon, the next few days. Liz has continued to clear here at the cabin site. She's got quite a bit cut here today. 2 big piles here we got to burn now. The more brush we get out of here, the better this place looks.